Good evening, everybody. I spent around about 8 years working as a church-based youth worker in the Lower Early area, developing a strong youth team there and some hopefully good youth work with that church there. I moved into teaching a number of reasons really. It seemed to me that it was a good move professionally, but also that was the aspect of the work that I particularly enjoyed in terms of working with young people. So I took a training course, graduate teacher program course, and joined the staff here at Maiden Erlegh and remained here ever since. So yeah.
And that was RE you wanted to go into, so presumably that was your love.
That was I had a theology degree, so that was what I had to teach really. Very happy to do so.
But a bit of a different approach from youth work to teaching.
Yeah.
What's the core of that difference?
Yeah, I mean I think for me it's about trying to help children to understand, trying to help children to access the world around them, and to help them to develop all the sort of skills that we want to in RE: tolerance, of empathy, the ability to share your opinions, to evaluate different points of view, and to come up with your own conclusions. So all of that really for me is about helping children to think and to push on their own development as critical thinkers. It's as you know, not a day, not a week goes by without some new educational announcement, and so we have to surf that particular wave. Over recent years, we've particularly seen the impact of the EBAC, which is really a way of classifying certain qualifications. When the EBAC was introduced, unfortunately RE was left out of the EBAC. So children at Key Stage 4 would attain the EBAC if they got good grades in English, Maths, Science, a language, and either history or geography, but not RE. So a long campaign about that. I don't think that's ever going to budge, not for the foreseeable future. So it's really challenged, I think, RE in secondary schools to say, well, where's our niche? Where do we fit in? It's still, an important subject, and many schools it continues to be a very strong subject. In Maiden Erlegh, we're a very, very strong subject. We have managed to persuade the leadership of the school that it's a subject worth investing in. We have every child at Key Stage 4, so that would be years 9 and year 10 and year 11 in the school. They all study for a full course in GCSE in religious studies, and we have around I think it's around 60 students at AS and A2 level, so in the sixth form, again studying for a religious studies qualification. So here it's very, very strong. Nonetheless, in many other schools, RE has been pared back. School managements have looked at it because it's not in the EBAC. They've taken the opportunity to pare back their provision of RE, which I think has been it's to the detriment of the kids, obviously, but I think takes something away from their education. Pleased to say here at Maiden Erlegh it's alive and very much kicking. We have a large department. We've got 6 members of the department, 3 of whom are newly qualified teachers, so lots of life and vibrancy. And me. It's always an opportunity when you get the opportunity to review the syllabus, to review what you're offering to the children, because one of the things we've got to do in RE is get over the hurdle that of prejudice which comes from other teachers perhaps, or from parents, or even from the children themselves, that RE is irrelevant and is a waste of their time. So all the time we've got to confront that. We've got to say this is how people feel, so we've got to prove them wrong. So I think constantly refreshing the curriculum is important, looking for relevance, looking for new ways to engage children in some of the big questions that we discuss and discover, but also helping them to understand the world around them. And yes, constant changes can be quite tiresome. I think there's opportunities there, and ones that we ought to grab hold of with both hands. I think one of the things that we're told and we know is that good RE helps or ought to bring in authentic voices, so people from different faith communities talking about their own experiences as a Christian or as a Muslim or as a Buddhist. And RE Inspired has been very, very helpful. obviously particularly bringing in a Christian perspective into our curriculum, but not only that. And I think some of the things that you're able to do as guests, as different voices, it just adds something to what we're able to offer in the RE curriculum. I think the other thing is it's a practical issue, really. I mean, we would love to get out more out of the school and take go on trips and things, but that's often practically very, very difficult, just logistically. So being able to call on REINSPIRED to come in and present something in school just helps us out an awful lot. So that's very, very useful. So I think there's lots of benefits there, and I think it's about building relationships with the local faith communities, which again should be part of a good RE department. And good, children are interested in stories. As soon as you start saying, "Well, I'm going to tell you a story today," instantly everybody's got their attention focused on it. And ordinary people in the pews, as you call them, they've got stories. Everybody's got an individual story about what they do and why they do it, and what they believe and why they believe, and how that causes them to act and react. And I think that continues to be an enduringly interesting subject, and something which is very, very helpful and useful for the children in the school, as part of this big plan to try and open children's eyes to the lives of people around them. But that's right, and I think what's particularly been valuable with REINSPIRED is the follow through from primary, because I didn't mean to say that earlier, because I think what's been interesting now over a number of years is that children coming into Year 7, now they've heard about your REINSPIRED, they know what you do, and so that already ticks the "these guys are okay" box. And so I think that's very, very helpful. So I think the flow through from primary to secondary has been a real positive. I think there are always things changing, and I think it's it's just the same as the teaching staff within the school. It's always looking at what you're doing. It's always thinking, does this quite fit with what the children require, or are there better ways to do the same thing? And I think a lot of that comes from communication and building relationships with RE departments and RE teachers, finding out what the needs are, which is something that we've done over a number of years, and adjusting what we do and the way we do it so that it's the best fit.
Anything else you want to say to these lovely people
here?
Well,
I just want to thank REINSPIRED for all their help and support to the school here, and we wish you every success in the future, however that pans out.